Welcome to the Explainer. If you're a tech leader, you know the drill. Finding a vetted, US-compliant healthcare software developer is, well, let's just say it's surprisingly murky. There's a lot of marketing noise out there, so today we're going to cut right through it and look at the partners who actually deliver the goods. Okay, let's dive into this. First, we're going to expose the reality of the healthcare software divide. Then, we'll meet the top 5 vendors doing it right. And finally, we'll give you a comparative cheat sheet to weigh your options. Simple as that. All right, part 1, the healthcare software divide, generic versus real engineering.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the stark contrast. The market right now is basically split into 2 completely distinct tiers, and knowing the difference is going to save you immense amounts of time, budget, and legal headaches. On one side, you've got your generic dev shops. You know the type. They slap a shiny healthcare logo on their homepage, maybe download a boilerplate HIPAA template off the internet and call it a day. But on the flip side, you have real healthcare engineering. We're talking intentional architecture here. They're mapping out exactly how protected health information, or PHI, is going to flow before a single line of code is even typed.
So what does genuine healthcare engineering actually require? Well, it demands a team that speaks FHIR and HL7 fluently. These are the universal languages for healthcare data sharing, right? You absolutely don't want a team relying on quick Google searches to figure out how to connect to an electronic health record system. But most importantly, it requires a compliance posture that will actually hold up under a rigorous U.S. healthcare audit. That's exactly why we're doing this explainer. Every single company we're about to look at was picked specifically because they can survive that audit. No templates, no shortcuts, just real, hardcore engineering. Moving on to part 2, meet the top partners. These are your vetted, US-compliant developers. Let's systematically walk through 5 top-tier partners who actually ship custom software under real US compliance conditions. First up is DBB Software. They're headquartered over in Krakow, Poland, and they hit a really competitive rate of $25 to $49 an hour. What makes DBB really stand out is their methodology. They build using incredibly structured scope documents, completely eliminating the guesswork. If you're building a health tech platform or AI SaaS, they're a phenomenal choice, mainly because they are absolute masters at production-grade integrations. Think rock-solid secure identity flows with Firebase, or deep transaction integrity with payment authorizations through Braintree and Stripe. And here is where it gets seriously impressive. DBB dramatically compresses their delivery time, but they don't compromise the underlying architecture to do it. How? They use AI-assisted development workflows alongside a unified, cross-platform setup built on Expo and Next.js. So instead of the typical 6 to 9 months you'd get with a generalist team, DBB is consistently shipping healthcare-adjacent minimum viable products, your MVPs, in roughly 12 weeks. 12 weeks! That's a real game changer. And their execution is backed up by a flawless 5.0 score on Clutch. For US health tech and telemedicine platforms that need those complex integrations deployed as a core engineering capability, DBB Software is an absolutely top-tier choice. Okay, partner number 2, Mindbowser. They're based right here in the United States and also operate in that sweet spot of $25 to $49 an hour. Mindbowser's ultimate superpower? It's their documented, proven expertise in FHIR and HL7 interoperability standards. Like we mentioned earlier, you really do not want developers learning these complex standards on your dime. Mindbowser brings actual specialized fluency to the table, making them a fantastic partner for patient portals, telehealth platforms, and tricky EHR integrations. They've got a really solid 4.8 Clutch score to back it up, too. If your organization needs a specialized technical partner who truly gets the deep nuances of healthcare interoperability and at a highly competitive price point, Mindbowser is for sure an exceptional fit. Next up is Bluelight, operating out of Sacramento, California. Again, they're in that accessible $25 to $49 an hour range, but Bluelight takes a beautifully boutique approach to bespoke healthcare delivery. They're basically the go-to partner for US organizations that require extreme communication discipline right alongside their engineering. So the crucial point is their track record. Across 17 verified reviews, literally 100% of their feedback praises Bluelight for seamless team integration. And to sweeten the deal, 80% of those reviews specifically shout out their timely delivery. Look, when communication and integration are just as vital to your project success as the code itself, this is the metric that actually matters. So it's totally no surprise that they maintain a perfect 5.0 Clutch score. Bluelight is absolute proof that tailored, highly communicative delivery matters just as much as raw coding capacity.
All right, now we're transitioning into a more premium tier with Ironforge Development. Headquartered down in Palm Beach Gardens, Florida, their rates run from $150 to $199 an hour. Ironforge offers true full-stack end-to-end project delivery, and it's all built on an unshakable foundation of core healthcare engineering fundamentals. But they bring something highly unique to the table.
Ironforge is absolutely your best fit if you're exploring next-generation platforms. They brilliantly integrate emerging tech. We're talking augmented reality, virtual reality, and even blockchain, right alongside robust healthcare delivery. So if you are building the literal future of healthcare software and need a partner who understands the bleeding edge of tech but won't sacrifice compliance, this is your team. They maintain a stellar 4.8 clutch score across 19 verified reviews, firmly validating their high-end emerging technology expertise. Our fifth and final partner is Langate Software, headquartered in Fort Lee, New Jersey. Coming in at $50 to $99 an hour, Langate is laser-focused on the healthcare sector. They specialize in healthcare software, deploying AI agents, and they absolutely excel in strong project management. Their main delivery model is all about providing cost-efficient, dedicated teams. Langate is uniquely positioned for U.S. organizations, especially those on the East Coast, looking for a dedicated team delivery model. Their verified reviews consistently rave about a 100% cultural fit and incredibly high value for money ratings. It basically makes them feel like a highly reliable extension of your very own internal team. With an awesome 4.9 clutch score based on 13 verified reviews, Langate rounds out our top 5 list as a phenomenal, dedicated partner. Let's move to and see how this builds into part 3, comparing your options. This is your buyer's guide. All right, it's time to pull all of this together into an actionable strategy. Treat this side-by-side comparison as your strategic buyer's guide. The whole goal here is alignment. You really need to match your specific compliance requirements, your required integration depth, and your budget to the exact partner built for it. Need an AI-assisted MVP with complex payment flows? Look to DBB Software. Building an intricate EHR integration that requires deep HL7 fluency? Mindbowser is your specialist. Want seamless boutique communication in California? Call Bluelight. If you're pushing the absolute boundaries with AR or VR, you need the premium full-stack power of Ironforge. And if you're looking for a highly specialized, dedicated East Coast team, Langate provides incredible value. Remember, the right partner isn't just about who has the highest overall score, it's about finding the absolute perfect fit for your specific architectural needs. Which brings us to the single most vital takeaway of this entire explainer. I want you to look at your current tech stack, look at the development team you're evaluating right now, and ask yourself completely candidly, can your current or future software partner actually survive a real U.S. healthcare compliance audit? Because honestly, if the answer isn't a confident, documented yes, then it might be time to seriously rethink who is building your platform. Thanks so much for joining me on The Explainer today, and keep building brilliant compliance software.